So T layer 2 has no blockchain and it has no smart contracts, right? But
Mm-hmm.
can you explain how T maintains trust without these constructs in T's layer 2?
Yeah, let's think out the box. That the first principle. So how we can get trust? We can now say that blockchain is trustable because it's blockchain, right? It's always be some reason behind why blockchain can be trusted, but why the cloud computing cannot be trusted. The reason the trust of the blockchain is coming from the consensus, because no one, if someone want to break the system, they're gonna get punished, or they cannot due to otherwise you have to have a strong supercomputer. Most people cannot. So that is why we need a consensus in the blockchain. Because of that, the consensus of the blockchain has to be very slow. It's expensive, and the scalability is a big issue. But in order to remove that, we have to find a new way, a new root of trust. If it's still based on the algorithm of consensus, the T project will be the same as other blockchains. Slow, expensive, not very scalable. So we have to find a new root of trust. But what we do is we get the root of trust from three parts. One is still a blockchain. We do rely on the blockchain, but we are not a blockchain. You can consider it's upper level, upper layer on top of other blockchain. So we still need blockchain. We rely on blockchain. That's one of our roots of trust. Another one is the hardware trust. Just like I remember I give you an example before that. If you give you two numbers, you want to multiply them, you probably just get an iPhone or a calculator to punch in the number, get a result. Most cases you do not verify using your hand paper, right? Because most people probably don't know how to using hands to multiply big numbers. But you still trust the result, right? You don't really I didn't any other people doubt the result is correct or not, because you use a calculator. It's a Casio or it's an Apple iPhone, because it's iPhone. So the result is you can trust. The same idea is if we have a trusted hardware and we know the punching number, like input, is correct, and the code running inside is correct. So the result we can trust. We don't need to verify. Sometimes you cannot verify. So this is a trusted hardware is another root of trust. The last one is time. We use the time as a source of trust. We want to order the transaction without doing any kind of consensus, very energy consuming consensus. We use the time. As long as we have a time, we have everyone agree on the time, then all the nodes in the layer 2 will have the same sequence of events. Then the state will be synchronized with others. But the problem will be how we can trust the time, because if everyone have a clock, you probably have a different time than others. But what we do is we get the timestamp from the satellite, the GPS satellite. And also, not only that, we still need the trusted hardware to get the signal from the GPS satellite. So someone want to fool others or try to fool the system, try to cheat the system, they cannot, because the trusted hardware is out of human control. So as long as we have a three roots of trust, the blockchain, the trusted hardware, and the GPS satellite receiver, then we can have the new kind of consensus to replace the existing consensus that other blockchains are used.